Wrestle Plug 444 Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to hashtag get plugged in. The refreshing, empowering moment that we have all wanted from WWE.
It's like ordering a medium pizza and then turning up with an extra large and a bottle of Coke.
What happens is these fucking people live in this fantasy land.
Everyone got their shit in, everyone got each other over, everyone looked good, and made the industry look great.
New Japan wrestling talent.
I'm a true champion.
Mamma mia!
On to the week's news. So, turns out Roman Reigns is apparently in Vince McMahon's uber shit list. Roman Reigns is very slowly being wiped out from WWE's history, which would beg the question as to where he goes next. I'm assuming he'll be back eventually. What do you think about the fact that WWE is so furious with Roman Reigns? How dare you? How dare you think about your family? How dare you think about the fact that you're immunocompromised by having leukemia? You son of a bitch!
I find it incredibly petty. The man has survived cancer twice, and when he decides he doesn't want to work so he can be safe and be safe for his friends and family, Vince goes, you know what? We're going to show this vignette about Seth Rollins cashing in at WrestleMania 31, but Roman wasn't a part of that. Who was Brock Lesnar facing? We'll never know. No, that's a load of horse shit. I think Roman did the right thing for him. Obviously, there's a bunch of other top stars that have decided not to come around because they want to be safe, they want to be healthy, and I don't think there is a problem with that in the slightest. And this is just Vince being a petty old man because he didn't get the match he wanted between Goldberg and Roman, and it's pathetic and it's honestly shameful. Roman, whether people like it or not, has been a main player at the top of the WWE for years now, and to just erase him like this, or try and erase him like this, it's a disservice to everything Roman's done for the company, and it's bullshit. It's just, again, Vince McMahon being a crazy old man.
It's wild. The only other person who's really had this kind of treatment is Chris Benoit. Like,
I didn't even think about that.
Like, how is this? Like, don't get me wrong. So, for instance, you can still, okay, so you're not going to see the Revival on any of their advertisements or Chris Jericho or anything, but you can still freely see them on a lot of their social media and stuff like that. It's so petty. It's so fucking petty. It's embarrassing. This is something that you do. This is the equivalent of the 4-year-old that doesn't want to give out their games board, so throws a tantrum and then just puts it in a box so that nobody can play with it. That's just what he's doing. Like, Roman Reigns has literally done nothing wrong, or anything, especially to us. He's the company boy. This is what happens, unfortunately, though, when you are such a staunch company guy, and then you have the nerve to turn around to the authority figure and say, do you know what, mate? No. As soon as you say no, people say, and this is a valuable life lesson for all you kids listening, when you have somebody and you give so much to that person over and over and over, God, this is a genuine life lesson. When you give so much to people, and they're used to you just doing whatever they ask of you, and then you turn around and say no, more often than not, the response you get from that will really dictate what kind of human being that person is to you. And ultimately, Reigns has turned around and said, sorry, Vince, no, I cannot turn up to work because I'm immunocompromised. I have fucking cancer, mate. Sorry, this is not good for my health, and I have to think about my family and my children first. And Vince McMahon has gone, you said no, well, fuck you, because he is a pathetic, ridiculous, roided up, gas bag piece of shit. And the fact that people still worship this cunt beyond belief is absolutely astonishing to me. Do I like watching WWE's product? Yes, I do. Do I like watching it because of anything that Vince McMahon has done? No. And I love it when people are like, yeah, well, if you hate Vince McMahon, you can't watch WWE. Of course I can. Absolutely, of course I can. Because it's so funny. It's the same people who are like, oh, I hate all corporations and greed. Excuse me, well, I'll just pick up my iPhone. Fucking ridiculous. This is just a miserable, gas-bagged old man. He had lost touch 10, 15 years ago. He's out of his mind at this point. He really is. And I don't understand how you can shit on someone who is that important to the company. Roman Reigns is the star of the last, I'd say, 10 years. He is. I think he overtook Cena by some margin. I think whether he was forced in that position or not, is irrelevant. Whether you like it or not, he was the star. He was the front page guy. He was the go-to guy. And, for better or for worse, he's actually very credible as a wrestler and as an athlete. Not the best promo in the world, not the best worker in the world, but he's an incredibly hard worker, and he deserves all the credit. It's funny, isn't it? All we ever talk about, John Cena. Oh, John Cena's such hard worker. Nobody works hard. John Cena. Bullshit. Roman Reigns works just as hard as that cunt and gets literally about 10% of the love. It's because John Cena isn't around as much now. It's funny how people all of a sudden love a bastard when he's not around, but of course when he is, they're all fucking baying for his blood. It's the case with Roman Reigns. To be honest, It's so ridiculous. I almost think it might be a work. I know it sounds ridiculous to say so. My conspiracy theory hat is on, but think about it. What's going to get you most over with an audience? What's going to get you most over with this incredibly vicious, sparky fan base? Being Vince McMahon's #1 hated person, because the more people think, Roman is hated by Vince McMahon, and if think about it, it just works beautifully. Roman Reigns returns. What's he doing? Oh yeah, he jobbed out to some scrub because he's a piece of shit. Vince McMahon puts him in situations where he's having to job out and do garbage for people. It would honestly not surprise me if this is a work. They are the masters of the crazy works, swerving people with the most wicked ideas. I can honestly see this being one whopping great swerve. But that being said, until there's any kind of proof or suggestion that it is, Vince McMahon can kiss my big fat hairy Arab anus.
Hey, isn't that trademarked? He might just get mad at you. You can't have your own kiss my ass club. That's his club.
Ass is bigger. He can shut his whole mouth, is what he can do, the roided monkey.
Well,
This is a man who thinks that sneezing is weakness. I wouldn't put anything past him.
Well, then, you know what? Let's start our own Kiss My Ass Club with blackjack and hookers. In fact, let's just forget the ass.
Let's just forget the blackjack and hookers.
If anyone else gets that, that's a small preview.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. So, it turns out Triple H also has taken out $1 million in stock. Did you see this? This was released today in the news. Triple H has apparently cashed out I'd say it's a good fifth or sixth of his stock, about $1 million worth, which would suggest that he's got about $6 or $7 million worth of stock, which is pretty terrifying in its own right. But Triple H cashing it out. I don't really know what to make of that. It's news in the sense that it's newsworthy, but I don't know what to make from that other than possibly the fact that, hey, he's got a lot of stock at his disposal, and he also probably needs to shore himself up financially at this point. That's probably all I'm getting from that. But, if we're going to play conspiracy theory, it could be a harbinger of things to come. You never know.
Yeah, I mean, it is incredibly tough times with the COVID-19 and all that. I think that's pretty safe to say. Part of me wants to believe that he's just doing this, to secure himself financially for him and his family. I mean, yes, I know he's married to the boss's daughter and all that kind of shit. I'm sure they're not hurting for cash. But he's got three young daughters. I think it's just 3. I'm not sure if they've had any more since. But, it's just to make sure, right? But again, at the same time, maybe it's Triple H going, shit, this is going real bad, isn't it? Better take my money and run, as the Steve Miller Band would do. So,
very good.
Yeah, thank you. So I don't know. You're right. It's newsworthy because it's something interesting to talk about. But until there's some sort of proof. That's not the word I want. There's some sort of reason he talks about. All we can do is conspiracy theorize and have a good time doing it.
speaking of conspiracy theories, there is a hacker available at WWE Smackdown. So for anyone who's been paying attention, there has been this hacker storyline going on for quite a while. We're still none the wiser as to who the individual is. They have not been revealed yet, but he seems to have access, he or she seems to have access to every single piece of video footage under the sun. So, which is not really that much of a hacking ability. Pretty sure I have access to all of it. After all, it is a televised product. But hey, don't worry about it. Let's just keep it kayfabe, brother. So, the big rumor now is that it could possibly be CM Punk, because he said, do I have everybody's attention now? Which, of course, is
no, fuck that guy. Nope, absolutely not.
CM Punk is scheduled to be on WWE Backstage this week, this forthcoming week coming up. I have no idea what this means. Some people have speculated, looked into this very deeply. Apparently, the hackers' hand was exposed, and it showed that there was nothing on his hand, and CM Punk has a tattoo on his hand, so conspiracy theorists were going mad. Well, it's clearly not CM Punk, because I was like, come on, you don't think they would have thought of that? Like, but I don't. I still think it's Mustafa Ali, and they're just building it, and it is what it is. Also, it kind of works, with his police background of things. I'm very curious though as to see who it is. As a random quick question, who do you think should be the hacker?
I think I've said this from the beginning. I would love it to be Mustafa Ali. I would love him to come back, and because it is very reminiscent of the old promos he would shoot himself, like the dark rooms and all that kind of stuff. I think it would suit him very well. I'm trying to think of any other superstar that's been gone for a while that could come back in and do this, but off the top of my head, there's no one I could really think of that's been gone that would frankly be interesting enough for this. I would love it to be Ali, because like you said, he has a background of being a police officer. Seeking the truth is something that is probably very important to him as a person, and not just as like a character. So I think this would be really neat, because it could be kind of a tweener thing, because it wouldn't necessarily be face or heel. I mean, sure, the first thing he's really done, or she, has been, exposing Sonya Deville and Dolph Ziggler and their little plot. So that's pretty, baby-facey. But at the same time, you could still show something that a face doesn't want to be shown, or have seen, sorry. So I think it's a very interesting character, and I think Ali is just the perfect fit for it.
I think it's a very good character to use in this modern era. I think one of the things that's very prominent in today's society is our cyber security, our technology, our internet. It's always under attack. We're always having to update our viruses and things like that, our virus protection surfaces, and there's all kinds of things going on with technology now. It rules the roost. It really does. It is everything. And this is really well done, I think. I love the little vignette thing that flashes up, which causes interference. It's got Ali's circle on it. Yeah, looks good. Looks really good. A little part of me would like to see this become something a little bit more. Maybe him using or... I hark back to the game Watch Dogs, an individual who had a phone which could tap into so many different resources. He can hack into security services and things like that. Not a bad game. Needed a bit more polishing. The second one was okay as well, but yeah, ultimately just didn't strike a chord with people nearly as well. I think the game was released too early. It should have been released for a more modern console. I think with the technology going the way it is, I think people would have appreciated it even more a few years later down the line. But in that game, for anyone who doesn't know, you play a protagonist who can essentially control things by his smartphone. He can hack into security channels. He can, rob banks. He can literally do anything with it. You imagine. He can even change traffic lights, which is actually really good fun. But the idea of that, the idea of possibly Ali being a little bit darker with a hood on, and people just being like, people kind of coming after him, going, "What's to stop me kicking the shit out of you, you scrawny little fuck?" And then all of a sudden he just taps his phone and boom, the lights go out, and then he just disappears. Because that's a much more built-in premise as opposed to spooky Undertaker horse shit or Bray Wyatt or something. We're looking at something that could legitimately be done in the right environments. The lights go out, and then maybe he uses that to his advantage to kick the shit out of people. Maybe he can create his own legitimate smoke screens. He can start pissing around with the lights, the pyro. He could be anywhere at any point. It's a very exciting premise. And with WWE, especially at the moment, having to film and record in such a different nature to what they're used to, and with them, beginning to lean more towards things like the Boneyard style filming of matches, the Boneyard match, the John Cena match, Firefly Funhouse. We're going to have that with Money in the Bank this weekend. This seems like a great idea, but I've mentioned Money in the Bank, so we may as well give it a cheeky little preview, because this Sunday is WWE Money in the Bank, and it's a lean card, but it's quite a good one, to be fair, and I do have a lot of intrigue. Now, just as an aside to anyone listening, PvP rules are in full effect. If you message Wrestle Blog, whether that be via the website, whether that be any of our social media channels, and tell us your predictions for all of the following contests, then you will be in with a chance of winning a podcast in the bank, which will be eligible for an entire year, and you will be able to cash it in and come on this podcast and chat about whatever you want wrestling-wise with myself, possibly Kyle. Maybe Steve might be back at that point. It depends. You've got a year. You can cash it in whenever you please. But to be in with a shout of winning said podcast in the bank, you must contact us with a direct message of some sort, giving us your predictions for all of the Money in the Bank matches. And I will also include a tiebreaker rather quickly. The tiebreaker will be this. Who, ladies and gentlemen, is going to reach... This is ridiculous. I can't believe I have to ask this. So the tiebreaker will be in the Money in the Bank matches. Now, bearing in mind that apparently going to be ran simultaneously, men's and women's, I want an individual, a prediction from each Money in the Bank match. One man, one woman. Which individual from each match do you think is going to reach the top floor first? Now, I appreciate it could be two people bursting through the door first, or maybe someone's going to climb up, or I have no idea how this will work, which is why I love this tiebreaker. But you got to pick somebody. Pick somebody. Well, if you don't have to, but if it ends up in a tie and you haven't picked someone and someone else has, you lose. So what's that really? So it's going to give you much more of an opportunity. Now, if they do include a couple more matches later down the line, later this week, because obviously, we've still got we've still got a couple of days. We've still got Smackdown to go. There's nothing stopping them throwing a couple of cheeky little pre-show matches in or whatever. We will make that known on the podcast and the social media as well. But hey, get involved, and you may have an opportunity to come on the podcast and chat with us yourself. Now, WWE Money in the Bank. This Sunday, don't forget as well, by the way, Xbox Live Party will be open. So if you're on Xbox or you have the Xbox app, you don't actually have to have an Xbox itself. You can jump in the party with us, have a little chat with us, and have a little watch along and have a good time, because we're going to be pissing about. There's already quite a few people confirmed for that, so get involved. Now then, Money in the Bank matches. Carl Wilkinson, are you ready to discuss and preview said Money in the Bank?
I am, because honestly, the Money in the Bank ladder match itself, maybe not the entire pay-per-view, but the ladder match is probably my second favorite gimmick match behind the Royal Rumble, because obviously the Royal Rumble is just the best. But Money in the Bank also could potentially, there are a few failures, but can potentially set someone up for a shot at the main event. And it's, this year, I can't think of, I mean, obviously, I would love to just watch AJ win. That would be my dream booking, my fantasy booking. But there's a lot of people that could potentially grab that brass ring, in air quotes, even though it's a briefcase. I could have just said briefcase, but I'm going with the metaphors here, people. We're going deep.
You said main event, and there is no better place to start with but than the main event of Money in the Bank, and that is, of course, for the Universal Championship. Braun Strowman defense against Bray Wyatt.
Next.
Come on, it's got Bray Wyatt in it.
Yeah. It
Pick
also has
somebody,
Braun
you prick.
Strowman in it.
This is predictions. You must pick somebody.
Because it's not The Fiend, and I can see Braun retaining. I'm going to go with Braun. No, it's just Bray Wyatt.
Oh, in that case, I've got Braun Strowman winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, fuck
definitely.
that. If it's The Fiend, I'd have him. I don't like it. And also, you're going to upset a large amount of fan base when Braun Strowman...
I'm upsetting myself.
Yeah. Singles match for the WWE Women's Championship on the Smackdown side of things. Bayley defends her title against Tamina. Whoopee!
Yeah, another match that doesn't really matter. Bayley's had this title since, Money in the Bank last year? She's almost held that for an entire year now.
Really?
Yeah, because she won the ladder match and then cashed in on Charlotte, didn't she? I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
But you'll have to excuse me if I don't fucking care.
Well, yeah, but I don't know, I guess I'll just choose Bayley to retain because I don't think Tamina is ever going to win a title ever.
I think Bayley retains, and we finally get the Sasha Banks. We've got to get it at some point. Just turn one of them. It's so boring now. Like, that's why this reign doesn't work, because nobody cares, because we're all just waiting and waiting and waiting, and we're still waiting, and I am dying of old age here. Right, for the WWE Championship singles match, Drew McIntyre defends against Seth Rollins. This should be good.
Yeah, I want to see Seth's head 15 rows deep after a Claymore. I'm obviously picking Drew McIntyre because if you don't, you're an idiot.
All right, Seth Rollins is going to come out of this. The Monday Night Messiah, Mahal. So many M's in one sentence. A little part. I don't trust WWE, and I sure as hell don't trust that cocksucker Vince McMahon. So I wouldn't be surprised if they're like, oh, Drew's not getting the ratings. Fuck him, put it back on Seth. Seth's money. But I will go with Drew McIntyre. This is his first serious title defense, other than the Big Show. That's why I use the term serious. No,
come on now.
no. The Big Show, Ray. Fuck's sake. Lovely human being, so I feel bad, but fuck you. Retire. I think you have retired anyway. God, I hope you have anyway. Make some money on Netflix, mate. You're doing all right there. Now, just leave me alone. I've got Drew McIntyre as well. I find it very difficult to assume anyone else could come out on top on this, and I think it would be a massive issue if they took the belt off him immediately in this way. Now, a match that really, really stands out that nobody's paying attention to is a match for the WWE Smackdown Tag Team Championships, a fatal four-way tag team match. The New Day, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the New Day won the titles a couple of weeks ago on SmackDown, and they didn't win them as a tag team, which infuriates me. Big E won them as an individual in a singles triple threat match. Yes, the New Day defend their championships against Miz and Morrison. Hey, hey, ho, ho. The Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler, Jackson Riker, and Wesley Blake, so two of the three will be in effect there. Or Lucha House Party. Grand Metalik and Lindsay Dorado. Fatal four-way for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. Who you got?
Well, my first question, where are the Usos?
I have no idea.
They're staying. That's why they had the Lucha House Party in here. I'll probably stick with the New Day. They're, 8-time champions now, I think? I don't know, I stopped losing track because a long time ago, I lost interest in the New Day as champions because they've won it so much they don't need it anymore. But here we are, and cool. Yeah, I'll stick with the New Day because Forgotten Sons just got brought over. They're not ready yet. The Lucha House Party is the definition of a jobber tag team or faction or whatever the hell. And I'd love to see the Miz and Morrison win it back, but I doubt it.
Yes, while Carl Wilkinson fixes his microphone because he's got some hysterical feedback going on there. So just unplug it and plug it back in and we'll be good to go. I think there's going to be an upset here. The New Day just tend to win the belts for the sake of winning the belts. I don't like that. The New Day are fine, right? The New Day I've got no problem with them constantly being tag team champions because they're just that good. But it has to mean something. And them winning it on a throwaway SmackDown in a triple threat singles match is really insulting, and that shows how little Vince McMahon is looking at the tag team division. He's thinking, we've got this amazing tag team division, but fuck you, I don't give a shit about two men. I want to see two women. Like, he's just so obnoxious in his mentality towards tag team wrestling. So I wouldn't be surprised if he hot potatoes the fuck out of this, and I think he's probably seen the Forgotten Sons, he's seen Jackson Riker, all fucking massive and sweaty and oily and muscular as he is, and thought, Jackson Riker, wow. So I am going to pick an upset and say the Forgotten Sons are going to win the Tag Team Championships this weekend. That's my pick. Yeah, I quite fancy the Forgotten Sons on this one. I really do. Now then, let's get to the meat and potatoes of this show. There's only 2 matches that anyone really cares about. They are Money in the Bank matches. Now then, for the women's championship match contract, the women's Money in the Bank, Asuka, Shayna Baszler, Nia Jax, Dana Brooke, Lacey Evans, and Carmella. This is quite the bunch.
I mean, if it's not Shayna or Asuka, do any of us really care? I mean, I still think Shayna should have won at Mania. I think she got robbed. I think we talked about it on our review of Mania that this was probably the poorest women's championship match of the weekend.
Yeah, no question.
So, because it was like,
Massive
what,
letdown.
8 minutes or some shit? I think he said, like 8.5 minutes or something. Like, it was just garbage. I would love to see Shayna win this and just stalk Becky like a predator. I think that would be amazing. Asuka, too. She's been the glue holding Raw together as far as I'm concerned. I don't watch it every week, I'll be honest. But anytime I do, Asuka's the best part. So having her with the briefcase would be fantastic. I'm going to go with Shayna. That's my pick. But those are the 2 I would at least like to see win it.
Shayna should have won at WrestleMania. It booked itself. Shayna wins at WrestleMania. Becky has a break. Shayna, watches on for Money in the Bank as Asuka wins Money in the Bank. Asuka torments Shayna, saying, "I'm the only person who can physically handle you." And of course, we could have built to that, but no, we had to have the leprechaun with the very average promos continuing to reign as Raw Women's Champion. Whoopee! I just don't care. I'm sorry, Becky Lynch has become stale and boring so quickly, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that WWE just won't give her fresh material, so it's not all on her. But
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, that being said, I'm looking at this list. I think Nia Jax is going to win. I think she's been built the same way. I think Vince has this chubby for large women as well as he does large men. And I like Nia Jax, the person. I do think she's a bit of a stretch as a wrestler. I think she's just not that great. Pains me to say it because I really do like Nia Jax and I don't agree with a lot of the hate that she gets from other people. But hey, it is what it is. One thing I will say about her is that she's a presence. You know, she's a Leviathan of sorts. And I just think if Shayna Baszler was going to be women's champion, they would have pulled the trigger at WrestleMania. And I don't believe that they have faith in her. And I personally think that's one of the most stupidest things I've ever heard. But it is what it is. I'm going to go with Nia Jax to win the women's Money in the Bank match. Unless they're going to, do something, stupid or crazy and maybe have something outlandish like Dana Brooke winning just because, they're willing to experiment a little bit more, which I wouldn't necessarily be against. She's a lovely girl. She's worked incredibly hard to get to where she is. But, yeah, I'm going to stick with Nia Jax. Now then, on the men's side of things, this will no doubt be the main event. Well, both of them are going to be simultaneous. This worries me. I dread to think what's going to happen here because you could have a bit of crossover appeal. Hopefully you will, because that could make for some really good television. But on the men's side of things, Daniel Bryan, Rey Mysterio, Aleister Black, King Corbin, Otis, and AJ Styles will vie for Money in the Bank.
That's a hell of a field, honestly.
Oh yeah!
I mean, can you imagine? As much as I love AJ Styles, man, imagine Otis with that briefcase. Oh, baby. Man, we needed Otis and Mandy to win. Why isn't Mandy in the women's? Just have them have the briefcases together.
Because Carmella beat her in the qualifying match courtesy of Sonya Deville on Smackdown last week, that's why.
Oh, well. Poor decision-making, Vince. Poor decision-making. You had a perfect story right there.
Yeah, but two people like Sonya Deville's a lesbian, and what I want to see is carpet matching. You understand me?
He is...
Money.
That man. Anywho, I could see, honestly, 5 of the 6, I think, could win this. I don't think Otis has a snowball's chance in hell, and that really upsets me. But, Daniel Bryan's already won it. King Corbin's already won it, and he failed in spectacular fashion to the modern-day Maharaja. Let's all remember those good days and just pray they can come back with Jinder Mahal versus Drew McIntyre. Honestly, let's go with Black. Let's go with Aleister Black. I think he could really use this. He was fantastic in NXT. He had a great run as champion down there. And let's be honest, waiting for people to knock on his door, that was pretty shit. So give him the briefcase. Let him be kind of like Shayna if she should win. Just like the Stalker. He is a badass. He could kick your face off. Like, you know that bottle cap challenge where you kick the bottle off of or kick the lid off a bottle? He could just do that to your face, but keep your head on your shoulders and just kick you from cheek to cheek, which is really scary. So let's get Aleister Black winning this. That was a really bad thing, but point is, it works.
I like Aleister Black. I don't think he's good enough to be champion. Not right now. I don't think the character's strong enough, and I think he's... something about him just doesn't scream main event guy to me just yet. And that might upset a few people, but that's just the feeling I get. He certainly interests me a lot more than, say, Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura do, and I think he's definitely on the up. I think it might be a little too soon for him. I do have some fantasy booking. I love the idea of possibly Otis getting to the top, and just as Otis is about to grab it, the ladder is pushed from underneath him, and as he looks down and on his way down to the hellish end that awaits him as he falls off the side of WWE HQ, there's Tucker standing there saying, "It should have been me." That would have been the emotional context of that.
Oh no, don't you put that in my head.
Destroy people. I think it would be absolute money, and it would make Tucker the ultimate in heels. Can you imagine if, like, you know, in a month's time or so, they lift the pandemic and they get back to arenas, the ferocious heat that will await Tucker. Oh, it'd be, especially if, like, you could just hear Otis on the way down going, "Why, Tucky, why?" Fucking gold. One of my other great fantasy scenarios I would love to see is just as, say, Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio's going to get it. Rey Mysterio's finally going to work his way back up to the mountaintop. Ladder tips over. Nia Jax tips up and goes, "Bitch, this is simultaneous," and takes both of them down. That would be fucking amazing too. Just the idea of somebody claiming both. Or even better, on the other side of things, you could actually see Vince McMahon booking this, couldn't you? And Aleister Black has got the women's Money in the Bank. Just so many things you could do here. I'm excited for it, though. I think with the way that they filmed the Boneyard match and knowing that these matches are already filmed, so, you know, I guess there's spoiler alert. I'm so glad that nobody knows who's going to win. It hasn't been leaked like the old episodes of SmackDown back in the day. This is the great thing, obviously, about not having an audience, is that nobody's there to fucking ruin it for us. So I'm going to stick my neck out and say... this has got to be the hardest pick ever. A little part of me would like to see King Corbin win, just because it would infuriate all of you. And I like it when the entire universe is angry. But I have to make a pick. I don't like sitting on the fence. I don't think Aleister Black can win it. I think Rey Mysterio is just a little bit too long in the tooth and it bores me. King Corbin's already won it. Daniel Bryan's already won it.
Say
Otis. Otis yes. To win Money in the Bank. Otis to take Money in the Bank. I cannot see. Do you know, actually, I've just had a thought. Because last year proved that anyone could interfere and take Money in the Bank should they wish. I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Lesnar tips up and wins it again. It would not surprise me at all. And I could hear the cataclysmic rage from the overall, you know, premise. Because this is what they did last year, wasn't it? I believe that Seth Rollins won the Universal Championship at WrestleMania. And then, quite literally, the next pay-per-view, I think, was Money in the Bank, and he returned, knocked Mustafa Ali off, and won. It would be quite cool, actually, if Mustafa Ali made his new debut as the character. There's so many things they can do. There's so many things that are exciting. AJ Styles winning also would be, you know, very preferable for me because I like AJ Styles. So I honestly think it's between AJ and Otis. I really do. I just don't think the other four guys are in contention for it, which is why I think there might be something else. There might be a little bit of a ruse, a little bit of a plan going on. I have no idea, but Yeah, as long as it's not a heel Apollo Crews trying to, garner his revenge for doing his knee in, because that would just be tragic. So, yeah, I'm going to stick my neck out and say either Otis. I'm going to say Otis, but I think I've got an inkling it might not be somebody who's actually in the match. That's what I genuinely think might be going down. So we shall see. But as I've said earlier, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be in with a chance of winning a podcast in the bank, for some people that is a dream, and for other people it's a nightmare. But nonetheless, send in your predictions if you are listening to this, and you will have an opportunity to be on this podcast, possibly in the near future. And well, who doesn't want some of that? Now then, if you were listening last week, and I know Carl was because he was here, you would have heard that I told Carl a few of wrestling's most unpopular opinions. Turns out this episode was very popular. Well, it certainly was, judging by our downloads. So I'm thinking we trigger poor old Carl here once again. What do you say, Carl? Do you fancy listening to a few more of the internet's unpopular wrestling opinions?
Let me get some deep, soothing breaths in now, so I don't have to take any breaths when I'm yelling. Let's go.
Right, so the premise is, ladies and gentlemen, we will obviously name the people who have these terrible or not so terrible opinions, but they haven't necessarily been sent in to us. However, if you are listening, you are welcome to send us your unpopular wrestling opinions, and we will happily dissect them for everyone else to get involved with. So, Carl Wilkinson, let's have a look at wrestling's most unpopular opinions. Unpopular opinion: WWE is whack. I don't understand how anyone enjoys extremely fake wrestling with other weird shit like this going on. Doesn't make sense to me one bit. That's at Jacob Lesinski. What do we think about Jacob Lesinski's opinions on wrestling?
It is 2020. Everyone and their baby knows that wrestling is predetermined. I will never use the word fake. I've never taken a bump before. I'll freely admit that. I know you have. It is not fake.
Many.
Because you've seen my favorite example, which is really hilarious, when 2005 Royal Rumble, when Cena and Batista go over the top rope at the exact same time, and Vince starts power walking down to the ring. And when this isn't even a bump. When he slides into the ring, he blows both of his quads. He pulls a Kevin Nash 2.0. So he's just sitting on the canvas, looking really angry, yelling at everyone. That shit's not fake. It was a total accident. But, if you want to get into a match for a bump sort of thing, when Triple H blew his quad in 2001. Or he came back in 2002, so I think it was 2001. Yeah, late 2001. Because he missed the entire invasion angle. Or 2000, I don't remember. I know he came back in 2002 because that's when he won the Rumble. Doesn't matter. The point is, he blew the quad in the match. Still took a Walls of Jericho on the announce table. But
it was 2001 during a tag team match on Raw. Anyway, well, let's get on with it. We don't want to hear you reminiscing about Chris Benoit. At Neutral Res, unpopular opinion: this fire burns is better than Cult of Personality.
Nah, completely disagree. I love Killswitch Engage. I am a really big fan. To be fair, Cult of Personality is the only song by Living Colour that I do know. But there was just... I don't even like CM Punk. I'm pretty sure anyone who listens to this podcast knows. But there was just something special about Cult of Personality. I don't know what it was. There was something about it. When those first few notes hit, you knew like he was going to put on a good performance. I'll never say he was a poor wrestler, but we all know my opinion on that. The Firebirds was good. It was definitely suited to him while he was in WWE ECW. I'll never call it straight up ECW because it wasn't. But Cult of Personality, it definitely struck a chord better on Raw or Smackdown, whichever show he happened to be on at the time, and it was just better. Just better. Why would fucking making me talk about CM Punk? Fucking motherfucker.
It's kind of why it was picked, to be honest. It is what it is. At Mark Big Potatoes, unpopular opinion, but Jim Ross was always overrated for me. Oklahoma in WCW had him spot on.
Jim Ross is he's the announcer of my generation. Okay, I will never call him the best because let's be honest, Monsoon and Heenan were they were on another level. But for most fans around my age, I would say JR is their voice. JR and King called some of the most important matches in WWE history. If anyone else had called Austin's first title win, I don't think it would have been the same. His age has definitely started to show. Hearing some of the stuff he did for New Japan, even hearing AEW now, it's definitely not the Jim Ross of old, but no, that Oklahoma thing was bullshit. That was just Eric Bischoff making fun of a man who suffered from a severely debilitating disease. Like you don't joke about shit like that. That kind of shit really just offends me, not as a wrestling fan, but as a person. I know Bischoff's like a shrewd businessman and all that crap, but that was just too far. Jim Ross is a legend in his own right. He is a Hall of Famer. I'm not sure if they've taken his ring since he went to work for the competition. I don't think they have. But his calls, his passion made important moments that much more important. Overrated. This guy's probably like 16 and has never actually heard good JR. Fucking idiot.
Yeah, that's absolutely fair. At Reborn again. Adam Cole is not the next Shawn Michaels. He's the first Adam Cole. Let's stop comparing newer generations of wrestlers to older stars. Just appreciate the wrestler for who they are. Is that really that unpopular?
That one doesn't bother me that much, honestly. Comparing wrestlers now to wrestlers in their prime back in the day, I think is something that's always going to happen. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, AJ Styles is this generation Shawn Michaels because he can do literally anything. I've never seen Adam Cole as a face. Has he ever been one? I know he was in Ring of Honor doing Bullet Club stuff. I don't know if I've ever seen him as a babyface.
Not really. He's always been a bit of an arrogant. Even in PWG, he's the arrogant dickhead.
Yeah, I feel like that's just him played up to 11. I don't know him as a person, obviously, but I feel like it's just he's definitely that kind of arrogant, cocky bastard in real life. He just plays it up to 11. No, I think that those comparisons are always going to happen, especially if you're a nostalgic type of person, because you'll always go, man, I loved this guy back then or back in this time, and I love this guy now. Wow, they must be the same. I think that's just, it's how it's always going to be. And I don't have a particular problem with it. I just have a problem with the comparison of Adam Cole as opposed to AJ Styles. But the concept itself it's fine. I got nothing against that.
Something that could shock a few people, but I'm actually in full agreement on. At Billsy Bob, mine is the Cesaro. My unpopular opinion, is that Cesaro hasn't been and will never be main event talent. He's solid in the ring, but his character, other than look how strong he is for his size, is non-existent, as are his promo skills. Every time he's on the mic, it sounds scripted and just bad.
I think the time has passed for Cesaro, and that is a shame. I really liked him when he was a United States champion back in 2012. I thought that was really cool, really fun. But, I mean, now, the best thing he's ever done in his career was tagging with Sheamus. The bar was fantastic. And now he's in this little stable or whatever with Nakamura and Sami Zayn. There's just... The time has passed. I have no interest in him at a top level anymore, and at this rate, he is not capable of it. It's just he's a great worker with, I don't know, the charisma of a walnut. That happens to a lot of WWE superstars. Like, we've already mentioned Apollo Crews today. He's a great wrestler, great worker. He's just happy, smiling dude that wrestles good.
I
Cool,
feel
man.
like you're not angry enough. This is a problem here. You see, what your problem is, you're like trying to delve in and super like analyze all of things. And what we really want is a bit of rage. So, at Demon King High. Great name, actually. Seriously, it needs to be seen to be believed. NJPW is overrated. He also goes on to say Dalton Castle is the worst Ring of Honor champion in history. Okada is just as bad as Lesnar during his appalling title reigns. And Roman Reigns is better than Tama Tonga. Oh, also, Rusev Day is over, but Rusev himself is not over.
So you gave me like 5 things here, and
They were all in one tweet.
Yeah, but every one of them is making my blood boil. Okay, So where do we start? We start with New Japan being overrated.
Try and make it quick fire, please. I do have to watch AEW Dynamite in half an hour.
True. So, no, wrong. They have incredible stories, incredible workers, and are you fucking dumb? Okay, cool. Where are we? Okada just as bad as Lesnar. Okada, I think, could... They probably wrestled at some point in New Japan because Lesnar's over there for a while. I'm not sure, but it doesn't matter because Okada is one of the best wrestlers in the world, full stop. Brock isn't. Not anymore. Let's see, what else do we have here? Roman being cooler than Tama Tonga. Have you seen Tama Tonga's Twitter? That man is fucking gold. I like Roman. He seems like a great person, but Tama Tonga is a fucking Chad. And what by that, I mean he could probably kill you, do it with a smile, and his brother would help hide the body. What else was in there? I don't remember because now I'm just getting all flustered and angry.
Rusev's not over. Rusev Day is.
No, no, this guy or lady, I'm not sure because your name does not specify. You're a fucking twat. Rusev, when they came out on that tank at Mania 31, everyone was losing their shit. And that really polarizing thing with Lana and Lashley, no, he was fucking over as shit. He is one of the biggest missed opportunities WWE has ever had, and I'm not just talking about the Rusev Day tag team with Aiden English. I think they missed out capitalizing on how popular he really was, and the crowd loved him. They loved him as a heel, they loved him as a babyface. They don't fucking care. They just loved their boy Rusev, and Vince did nothing.
Hat J says words. Look out. WWE went to ridiculous heights to push CM Punk through the stratosphere. I mean, they lined Triple H, Vince, and Cena up for Punk to just shit on all over their TV. Then he shit on everybody when it was other people's turns. That's Bush League. He's a thankless, ungrateful brat.
CM Punk ones are always hard for me because I dislike the man so fucking much. I mean, did he take his ball and go home? I think he absolutely took his ball and went home. During the Summer Punk, he lost all the time. I don't even know why they called the Summer Punk because he did not do well. And yeah, he definitely think he was supposed to be higher up on the card than he was. But if he was supposed to be that high up on the card, maybe Vince would have gone, hey, buddy, I see you doing good. Maybe you deserve to be at the top. But no, he was just another dude. Fuck. Oh, God, I hate CM Punk so much. I don't even know what to complain about anymore.
Fair enough. Let's see what we have. Lars Sullivan has the qualities to be Universal Champion.
I mean, if Braun Strowman can do it, why can't Lars Sullivan do it?
Yeah, that's true. He's kind of killed that one. At Zach A Sports suggested that one. At The Real Forno, Chris Benoit was the best world heavyweight champion in the mid-2000s. What do you mean by that? The mid-2000s, what? Are we just saying 2004? Because we reviewed 2004 and it was shit.
I mean, in 2000, actually, does he mean overall or just in 2004?
I don't know. He just says mid-2000s. I mean, there's a better one here by @NASCAR_9/WWE, which says John Cena is the greatest WWE champion of all time. Hogan is not the biggest star wrestling has ever had. He's not even top 10. I mean, I hate Hulk Hogan, but that is astonishingly retarded.
Yeah, that's not possible. WWF.
I mean, you're like NASCAR, so I have to question your mental fatigue at the best of times.
Yeah. Oh, turn left. Man, they've been turning left for 4 hours now.
Can we just say though? Can I just point out, right? We're getting away from wrestling here, but Formula One, right, is fucking tedious, and I do not understand why people love it so much. Somebody explain this to me. If you don't like Formula One, please get in contact and let us know. That is a fucking procession. Now, when I was a kid, I watched Ayrton Senna and Michael Schumacher and Alain Prost and all these great guys, right? And racing was so exciting because these guys were legitimately trying to murder each other. And sadly, of course, Ayrton Senna pushed it so hard that, he ended up, passing away in an awful crash. It's, still a mystery to this day. But Formula One is shit now. And I get it, it has to be safer, but oh my God. It's like, honestly, right? You want to watch Formula One? Great, no worries. Hire 12 taxi drivers, stick them on a fucking track and say, right, lads, follow each other around for about an hour and a half. There you go, Formula One. Boom, Bob's your uncle. When people say to me, oh, it's such an incredible sport. No, it's not. The car is the fucking competitor, not the fucking... It's so shit. I'm sorry, it's so shit. It bores the crap out of me. All professional racing that isn't... I'll tell you what is good, rallying, okay, because that takes an astonishing amount of skill. Also, Champ Cars is pretty decent. Other than that, professional racing is fucking boring.
Turn left. Oh, he's turning left. Oh,
Yeah,
he turned
that's
left
all it
again.
is. Oh, he
shit.
went round a circle, Mario. NASCAR. Right, not only that, the whitest, trashiest fucking consumer base ever. And I'm sure there are nice people who watch it, but come on, it is so white and it's so racist. Go fuck yourself. Talk about white trash. I'm amazed Donald Trump isn't just there every week.
I mean, if he tried, the speed of the cars would just blow that fucking toupee right off the top of his head. It wouldn't work. He can't blow that cover for himself,
Yeah, that's fair. Do you know what? Yeah, we'll leave it there. We'll get some more juicy ones for next week. We'll see how we do. But hey, if you're listening and you've got any unpopular opinions, send them in. Let us know at WrestlePlug. You know the social media links by now. What's your most unpopular opinion? What's an opinion you have on wrestling that you think all your friends will hate you for? We'll read it out. And if you want us to read out your tag or leave you anonymous, tough shit, we're going to read out your tag. So let us know what your most unpopular opinions are, and we'll read them out on this show, and we'll decide just how unpopular you really are. The more unpopular, the better. So make sure you... obviously, Nick Payne is the king of triggering people. It is what it is. Oh, here's a good one, actually, to end the podcast on. So I was chatting to Nick Payne on the phone the other day. I'm actually kind of in agreement.
I'm so sorry.
Because of the terminology. I know, right? It's a difficult time for all of us. Hey, pandemic and all. But somebody's got to check in on the poor bastard. Now, his opinion is that, because he's been watching a lot of the older wrestling right now, he believes that Kenny Omega versus Okada is a shit rivalry and is not even close to any of the old school WWF rivalries.
Is he drinking 24/7, 365? Like,
No, Nick Payne doesn't really drink.
Well, I think he started, because this is the most bullshit take I've ever heard in my entire fucking
It's not though,
life.
is it? It's not though. Think about it, right? Okada versus... Now, I said this to him. I actually agree with him. Okada versus Omega are some of the greatest matches of all time, but it's not a great rivalry. What's the rivalry? Explain to me what the rivalry is between Okada and Omega.
Okay.
Is Okada
I want to
versus
beat
Omega
you because I'm better.
Story? Is it better than The Rock versus Austin?
No.
Is it better than Mick Foley versus Triple H?
No. Keep going.
Is it
You're
better
slowly
than
convincing
Cactus Jack versus The Rock? Is it better? Well, not The Rock, excuse me. Cactus Jack versus insert anyone. Cactus Jack versus Randy Orton. You know? Is it better than that?
I think what you've done to me here is because I do love those matches so much, because that's when I really got into New Japan.
Those are rivalries. Those are stories.
Yeah, these
Kenny
are matches.
Omega versus Okada's matches. If you want to tell me that Kenny Omega versus Okada... Do you know what? I have the most unpopular opinion going. Kenny Omega versus Okada is not the greatest match of all time in New Japan. It's actually Kenny Omega versus Naito in the final of the G1 Climax. That, for me, is the greatest match I've ever seen in NJPW. And just because it did not go 6,500 minutes does not make it so. I'm sorry, it winds me up how people are like, oh, this match went an hour and a half, must be the best match in the world. Not quite. I mean, CM Punk and Chris Hero went an hour and 45 in IWA in 2002, 2001, 2002, I want to say. An hour and 45. Good match, but even I was a little bit bored after a while. And Chris Hero, for me, is one of the greatest wrestlers that has ever walked this earth. So, you know, it is what it is. But that was Nick Payne's contribution to the podcast, because I don't even remember the last time he was on. Can somebody contact me and let me know when the last time Nick Payne was on? I've seen him once in about a year. That should be a good thing, but it's not. It's really not. Get in contact, Nick. There are a lot of people who love you and miss you. And not me, obviously, but a lot of people. Look on the side of milk cartons soon for that. B-Tech Scotty Davis. I'm sure he's around here somewhere. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm fucking knackered, and it's time for some AEW Dynamite. So that's a very good excuse to plug the YouTube. Please check out our YouTube channel, because I am working my nuts off, and we are getting, honestly, my editing skills, I don't want to brag, but they're pretty shit at this point, and our graphics and everything are getting better. We're really putting a lot of time and effort into that and the articles. So please check out the YouTube. Please subscribe if you do watch YouTube, because it won't cost you anything to subscribe to us, and if you just, even if you don't watch them, just put them on in the background, mate, and it helps our statistics up. Far be it from me to shill shit, but hey, let's be honest, most of you don't want to watch 30 minutes of us talking about WCW Monday Nitro, so fuck it, just put it on in the background and go and make your dinner, and bang, that'll get us a few watching minutes and help us towards our monetization, because we're so poor and we need money, and I really don't want to beg anyone for money. It's just not my style. So yeah, make this fucking podcast half decent, will you? Anyway, other than my begging and my shilling, Carl Wilkinson, thank you for joining me for the State of Wrestling address.
I'm glad we actually had some news to talk about. The last few weeks were pretty dry, but
News with
we
inverted
had some
commas,
good
bruv.
ones. Yeah, we had some good ones this week.
Indeed we did. Indeed we did. For myself and Carl Wilkinson, thank you very much for listening to the State of Wrestling address. We're back again next Thursday or Friday. All very much depends. We've got so many interviews coming through, by the way. If you know anyone that you would like to hear of on the Wrestle Plug, doesn't matter if they're a trainee, if they're just starting out, or if they're a seasoned veteran or a legend of whatever company or promotion, let us know what wrestlers you want to hear on the Wrestle Plug, because if nothing else, we'll send them a message and we'll pester them online until they come on this goddamn podcast. But we've got quite a few interviews coming. There's one dropping very, very soon. In fact, there's one that's just dropped right before this podcast, so make sure you check that out too. But ultimately, get involved with all the content, hashtag get plugged in, and once again, from myself and Carl Wilkinson, thank you very much for listening to the State of Wrestling address. We'll catch you very soon for more nonsense from that there Wrestle Plug.